Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, welcome back to Stormgate Central, and in this video I'm going to be giving you guys a very simple beginner's guide for the Infernals to get you started playing Stormgate. So if you've wanted to pick this race, you've maybe dabbled around in custom games, you've gotten to grips with the units and some of the buildings, but now you're like, what do I actually do? What do I build first? Do I build a meat farm first? Do I build a conclave or an iron vault? We're going to go over this step by step. I'm going to do it live with you guys in game, and it's going to be a pretty simple conclave, iron vault, one base push, and then we're going to be expanding behind it, going out on the map, taking map control, taking some creep camps to get ourselves some additional resources, and then just doing a little bit of a poke into the enemy base, maybe outright winning there and then, otherwise falling back and macroing up behind it. The starting unit that you get with the Infernals, the Hexen, is really important for any build really, because it sends out these little skulls called the Skull of Shedder, and whenever that touches a biological unit, it will infest it, and when that unit then dies, you will spawn a fiend. So that is why creeping around the map is so important in the early game with the Infernals. So without further ado, we are going to go and jump into a game and matchmake. But just quickly, before we do, if you guys do enjoy the content here on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Plenty more to come on Stormgate here in the future. I've already done a beginner's guide like this for the Vanguard, so if you guys are looking for something like that, feel free to hit up this video in the corner. And we will be doing one for the Celestials as well, but otherwise you can expect much more build orders, guides, casted games and whatnot from me here on the channel. So if that is something that interests you, then make sure you hit that sub button, and as always guys, thank you so much for the support. Alright guys, so we are going to do an Infernal game up next, and it's going to be nice and simple. One conclave, one iron vault, we're going to get some map control, we're going to take some creeps, and then we're going to move and, again, kind of like we did with the Exos, do a little push on the enemy base, take an expansion behind it, and just see what's going on. It's always good to go across the map and do some fairly early pressure. You may find more often than not, especially as you're not very highly ranked, that you just win the game outright. If you find that there is a lot of resistance and you don't win the game outright, then that's absolutely fine. You can just back off, take the map control, take more creep camps, and then expand behind it again. So we're going up against a Vanguard player here. We are on Isle of Dread, so a pretty big map. So as soon as we spawn in, just like with the Bob Worker, we want to go and construct ourselves an imp. If we ever spawn in. Okay, finally, here we go. So let's build an imp, put it on the Luminite, and then we want to take one worker here and build a conclave. And then as soon as we get 100 Luminite, well, we're going to build an imp first. And then when we get 100 Luminite, we're going to build a iron vault. In fact, I should have put one of those workers there on the Therium. Always good to get some Therium mining going for this build. You are going to need a little bit of Therium for the Gaunts. So the goal here, once you've got both these buildings going, is make sure you have 8 on the Luminite, and then you want 2 workers on the Therium, and that should give you enough to get some units out on the map and get map control. Now, we haven't really talked about this guy yet, the Hexen here. Very good for early game harassment, great for scouting, but if you're not comfortable with that, then, like, that's fine. You can just leave it back home. Wait until you've got some actual units out so you don't get it picked off or something. So you want to keep on building imps here. Did I not have... Okay, I thought I had 2 on the Therium there. I guess not. But once you've got 2 on Therium, you want to keep on building imps. Make sure that you have 12 on Luminite eventually. And as soon as you would have probably had the Therium for the Gaunts if you hadn't messed it up like I did. Once you've got that Therium, you're going to build these 2 Gaunts here. And then you want to head to the health camp. Wherever the health camp is on the map, it's always a good idea to go for that first. Well, we can also go for the speed camp. I mean, why not, right? And we also messed up. So you definitely want to be building a barrow farm there. Move out the way of that dodge. For each Hexen that you infest there, you're going to get one of these fiends. And you're going to notice here that we'll get some pretty nice resources from this. So let's go ahead and put a camera hotkey here. Let's make sure that we're still building imps on the Luminite there. I've also made a brute here that's going to join us. Let's go ahead and build one more barrow farm there, or a meat farm. They used to be called barrow farms, so it's a little bit confusing. It's kind of easy going with the Infernals because you have this charge system, and you don't really have to worry too much about not spending your units because these charges will stack up 3 of them at a time on each building. So even though we've got an imp pending here, it would have been better to build it a little bit sooner, but it's not a big deal, right? We can just go ahead and build it there. Now we have 12 Illuminite. Let's rally over to the Therium. Let's build another Brute. I sometimes do like to use spacebar, even though I don't generally recommend it, just to... oh, the Brutes actually can't get through here. That's kind of funny. Didn't know that. So these trees here, the smaller trees, are actually blocking the bigger units from getting through on this particular map. So let's go ahead and build a shrine over here now. And let's set up a camera hotkey there, I should say. So that we can zip back and forth between the two. There is a dog coming in there. And now that we've got an expansion going, we are going to scout our opponent and see what he is up to. That dog is not really going to do much, so it's not a big deal. Back home, continuing to build imps, making sure that we're not oversaturated on the Luminite, though. He's going to be in for a rude surprise.
Capture point contested.
Let's go check the expansion here real quick. There's nothing there.
Enough Luminite.
Build another imp back home. What is this coming down here? As a building of some variety. Let's kill that. Let's get into the bobs. He's probably going to overcharge here to defend himself. He is indeed. Put a Skull of Shedder on that bob there. Hopefully it gets there in time. Nope, does not. And he's just running with all the bobs here. This guy is obviously a very, very new player. So it's a little bit unfair because I do have some more experience than him. But you guys can see just how powerful this is, right? Now, Bob Overcharge can be very powerful. So let's try and kill the ones with a little skull here. Because those have the Skull of Shedder, in fact, on them. So we will get some more Fiends. Yeah, we want to pull back from this because the Bob Overcharge is doing a lot of damage. It gives the bobs insane armor. Okay, now that that blue glow has gone, we can go back and attack here. And let's go take some of these workers from the Therium and let's start rallying over to this expansion here. How's it going with the battle? It's going very well for us indeed. Let's get another skull on that guy. Try and spawn a fiend. He's building a lot of lances here, so I'm going to build another Ironclave. Sorry, an Iron Vault, rather. Okay, now we have a Brute in here. This is really what we need to combat the Lancers. Let's go and build a Shrine Stone here. And he's pumping out those Lancers like there's no tomorrow. So instead of pushing our luck here, let's just build a little bit more back home here. I think we've definitely got more than he has. Kind of lost my hotkeys there a little bit. So this one is almost saturated now. That's okay. There we go. Fully saturated. So we've got 12 here. We've actually only got a little bit less there. So now that we've got this Iron Vault done, we can really start to push out some more Brutes. Now, behind this, what you generally want to be doing is getting yourself a Greater Shrine. And you want to be getting yourself a Ritual Chamber. If you can afford it. Which you should be able to, if you've been keeping up with your imps. I could have probably just turned and fought him here, but since he's followed me all the way across the map with his Lancers, I was like, okay, let's lead him back there. This particular map has a really nice natural here. with double Luminite. It's really, really good.
Not enough Luminite.
Get some more imps up. We probably could have just, you know, pushed across the map and won a little bit easier there, guys, but we're going to go ahead and get a Magmadon out here since we've gotten the Ritual Chamber, and he's actually going straight down to my main here.
Base is under siege. Create more barrel farms. More supply.
Magmadon comes in, does a nice stomp here. And what is he doing here? Is he going for a... Oh, I see. I see what's happening.
Enough barrel farms.
Okay, we do need to get some more on
Barrel farms.
the Therium over there. So he did a nice little counter attack there. Tried to get some... in fact, let's just split this brute here. And we'll go chase these Bob workers down. And then we'll go poke in his expansion, because I'm almost certain that he has one. Do we have any on... Okay, we've got 7 workers there. That's pretty much fine. And let's go ahead. I completely forgot to do this. You kind of want to get the Plague Axes. Obviously, this game has gone a little bit longer than I thought, but you guys kind of see how it is, right? You just keep on adding more production. Can I get it off there? No, there we go. Magmadons are still coming, but that's okay. Generally, you want these close to the front, and GG. We win the game. So I think I could have won this game a lot earlier here if I'd have just continued to build units and not expanded and maybe just pushed into the front. But just for the sake of gameplay, I wanted to show you guys how you can say, okay, I've killed a lot of stuff here, I've gotten an advantage, so let's just fall back. I probably could have also taken a 3rd expansion if I wanted to, but since this particular one here has 2 Luminite mines, you can just fill them both up like this, get some tech up, get the Magmadons out, and then this is a really, really nice upgrade to get here as well, the Plague Axes, so that your Gaunts will actually infest targets with their attacks, and then you'll get a bunch of Fiends out of those as well. So I hope this build helped you guys out. In the next video, we are going to be doing a beginner's build for the Celestials. We've also done one for the Vanguard already, if you guys are looking for a guide on that. If you guys enjoyed the video here on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Plenty more Stormgate content coming your way in the near future. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.